guys, my name is NosferKitty and welcome back to Red Race Hollywood. We just got out of Elusha's bar. I'm still not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right. We took care of some Mavar business and now, I don't know where we're going. So, let's find out. After worming my way past a few unwanted admirers, I managed to slip out of the club. With still plenty of time before sunrise, I could visit a few places tonight, if I could just find a taxi to flag down. The main streets were already flocking with people. Ooh, give me the chance to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach. I turned around the corner to a more quiet road, about to hail an oncoming cab, when my senses suddenly prickled. Someone was watching me. I quickly glanced from left to right, trying to make out any shapes in the shadows. Yet, even with my sharpened eyes, I saw nothing. Maybe it was just my imagination. Do excuse me, but might I have a moment of your time? Oh, it's the Gaul leader. I like his suit. A figure emerged from the alley behind me, tipping his hat in greeting. There was no mistaking that hat and delighted smirk. He had to be the same Golgotha from the parking garage. If this is about what happened at the garage... No, not at all. I came to speak with you for another reason. He paused for a moment, gazing at me unblinkingly from beneath the shadow of his hat. Can I see your face, bro? Because this is kind of concerning. Oh, but before all that, let me tell you my name. Zhang? Please let it be Zhang, because I don't know. I'm Zhang. No doubt you remember me from that unpleasant little scene with the Mavar. It must have left an awful first impression. Frowning, Zhang clicked his tongue and ruefully shook his head. The gesture looked much too overstated to be serious. Well, I'm simply dropping by to deliver a small message, courtesy of my master. Very convenient that I should find you here. If he wants a favor from me, tell him to get in line. No, indeed, nothing so terribly banal. You'll be happy to hear. He offered me a wide grin, shadowed eyes staring at me for a moment longer than necessary. You see, my master wishes to extend an invitation. He wants to meet the latest vampire riding a tide of rumors around Hollywood. Really? I didn't know I was getting a reputation. Zhang leered at me silently for a moment, rocking back and forth on his toes. After word spread about your partnership with Miss Locke, your disruption of our meeting with the Mavar, your association with various powerful vampires. Well, one rarely sees a novitiate with such an exciting start. It was only a matter of time before you attracted attention. Especially my master's. He stressed the first word pointedly, holding the second syllable long enough for his fangs to stick out and shine. This meeting is sounding more and more like a bad idea. There's no need to be alarmed, truly. My bastard, Ooh, Freudian slip, perhaps. Okay. My master doesn't intend to harm a hair on your head. He merely wishes to talk. Whenever you're ready to meet him, just wander towards the Holyfield Cemetery and head for the mausoleum. Oh, and please, don't bring any guests. I see. He lives in the mausoleum. I love that. Wait, seriously? A cemetery? Come on, honey. Come on. Did you not watch Buffy? Yes, well, something along those lines. Zhang shrugged nonchalantly, glancing to the side. My master just enjoys the charming requiescence Look, as I have Ryan Haywood syndrome where I only know words when I've read them and I don't know how to pronounce them. So that's what cemetery provides, you see. Oh, and it has a delightful view. With another light chuckle, the man offered me a small bow, adjusting his tie with one hand. Please do consider his invitation. I have no doubt you'll appreciate it. Now, have a fantastic night, Callie. Thanks. Same to you. He bowed again, this time more deeply, before slipping back towards the alley. Bruh. His presence seemed to fade away almost instantly. Maybe some kind of trick, or else something more sinister. Only time would tell, or maybe nothing would. Okay, I can either go to the beach, or I can talk to Marcus, which I don't know. Because I feel like Randall would have like a fit. Well, now I'm stuck because I really wanted to go see Randall. This sucks. After Shang left, I really hope that's his name, I managed to hail a cab, quickly hopping inside. I decided to travel somewhere, motherfucker. I hate you. I hate you. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his throat. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. My mama said to pick the very best one, and you are not it. I guess we're, okay, we're going to the beach house. Marcus probably would have been the better choice, but at the same time, we can't miss out on every opportunity to go see Randall and further our relationship, although he's probably going to be real mad about what I just did to one of his buddies. So, I am itchy. Okay. I had my driver take me to Santa Monica, deciding to stop by Randall's place. Oh yeah, just deciding to stop. Deciding. If he's not here again, do you know how mad I'm gonna be? The usual group was chatting and laughing inside, although it seemed more crowded than last time. Over on one side of the room, several vampires were clustered near Wakina, who was wildly gesticulating with a pistol in her hand. I also noticed Randall off in the corner, surrounded by a small sea of Mavar. When our eyes met, he waved to me enthusiastically. Go talk to Randall. Why would you give me the option to leave? What the fuck is that? As I approached Randall and his group, he murmured something quickly to them, then slipped out of the circle. Come on. There we go. Hey, Callie. Couldn't stay away from us, huh? I don't know about us, but maybe just you. You having a rough time in Queen Bitch's tower? Or is it just a beach, or the take two? You having a rough time up in Queen Bitch's tower? Or is there just a beach bum inside of you just dying to come out? I really wanted to see you again. Oh yeah? Is that you making noise? Is that you making noise, little lad? Hello. Mommy's gotta work. You gotta stop. I mean, I'm real happy to see you again. Too, Callie. Shit, I'm glad I don't blush anymore. He snickered softly, shaking his head. Something I can do for you then? Anything you want to ask me? About yourself, man. Really? I want these. Give me more. Why do you not give me good things? Can you tell me about the vampire? How do you cope with being a vampire? Do you think there's an ideal ruling system for vampires? Why do you live on the beach? Isn't it sunny? Vlad! Go see Peace! Go see Peace! It's not as bad as you think, actually. I mean, you're not gonna catch me getting a tan or anything, and I've got some good shades in my room. But I like being near the ocean. It's big and it doesn't give a fuck. How can you get more inspiring than that? Nah, but more seriously, this place is far enough from Hollywood and downtown LA that the Asari don't really fuck with us. I want the clan to be able to hang out anywhere in the city, but hey, better to reign in hell than rule in heaven, right? Not that I'd call Hollywood heaven, though. Oh my goodness. Oh god, these are so many. This is so boring. I don't want these sad little questions. I want personal questions. Bruh. Yeah. Yeah. About something else. About something that happened. Oh, so I have to actually... Okay. Well, we probably have some kind of deep, complicated history that I don't know jack shit about. We do get around, though. Medieval factions, secret societies, fighting rings, mafia gangs. A lot of which you read about in textbooks probably had Mavar involved somewhere. He shrugged, his gaze briefly drifting around the living room. As society changes, so do we. So do all vampires. The big difference between us and the rest is, well, beyond enhanced senses and strength and shit, that we're usually always part of a group. Lone Mavar, they're pretty rare. Couldn't really tell you why. Instinct, I guess. The need to be part of something bigger. Sorry, kid, that's about all I got. How do you cope with being a vampire? Cope? You make it sound like a shitty life. Ever since I became a vampire, I've never looked back. Best thing that's ever happened to me. So I don't cope. I try to enjoy it every night. You think there's an ideal ruling system? Yeah, where everybody rules themselves. Of course you're gonna have shitty people doing shitty things, but if they step on someone's toes and there's no law against delivering justice, things work out. We're vampires. We've all got ways to survive. Somebody can't handle the night? That's not my problem. I'd have to disagree. The strong should protect the weak. That's your opinion. Fine. But I'd rather have somebody learn to protect themselves, and if they can't, just because there are more people kept alive doesn't mean it's a better society. Just a bigger one. Randall shrugged, grimacing briefly. About something else. Okay? What do you think of Marcus? I haven't known him that long, but I've always looked up to the guy. He just doesn't give a fuck. Well, I guess he sells fucks at his shop, but that's a different story. He's helped me out before, too. Never really know why he does a lot of the shit that he does, but I don't know. I just like having him around. Will he ever join the rebel side, do you think? Hard for me to say. I'm still hoping he will, if I keep working on him. The guys in my clan have mixed feelings about Marcus. So he gets a lot of shit from them sometimes. Probably why he hasn't joined us sooner. But I think they could warm up to him pretty quick. He just needs to pull out that weird preacher charm on him, huh? You and Heath. everything I hate, wrapped up in one baby-faced little package. Weak, can't think for himself, drools over his leader, does everything she asks. You know, these days, I barely even see him as a person. You really hate Charisse that much. Okay, bad question. I hate what she stands for. The fact that she thinks her leadership is the only thing keeping LA's coven from eating itself alive. Pisses me off that she acts like vampires have to be protected from themselves. Because she just doesn't understand that we're not human anymore. Queen bitch herself? No, I don't hate her. But I sure as fuck won't be going golfing with her anytime soon. You can count on that. You know Alucia? Oh, yeah, that girl? Yeah, she's pretty cool. We're not close or anything, but for a human, she actually kicks ass. About something else. About something that happened. Wow, you're not gonna let me do that? That's all for now, I think. Okay. I'll ring you up soon if anything interesting happens. These days, seems like there's always some kind of excitement. Take care until then, Callie. You're really not gonna give me anything? What kind of bullshit is that? Y'all suck. With a gentle smile, Randall nodded at me once, and then turned to rejoin the conversation he'd left earlier. Look, I want to talk to Joaquina, but I'm leaving. I'm done. I came here for Randall, and I didn't get Randall. I got a bunch of bullshit. I'm leaving. Slipping out of the beach house, I made my way back across the sand. I'm going to go see Marcus. I decided to stop by Blood and Roses to check in if Marcus was around. Probably had some interesting insights to offer, as usual. Dunk. Hello! Exotic House of Wicks. I found Marcus in the front of a large floor mannequin, shuffling his feet in some kind of strange movement. When I stepped forward, he came to a stop, swiveling around to face me. Oh, I gotta pull out the voice. Oh no. Ah, Callie. Seems you've caught me practicing the salsa with my partner. My evening exercise. Ha a little softer than plastic. But that's just it. What if I should drop you? No, better not to take the risk. Well, is there anything I can do for you, sister? My ears are at your disposal. Something that happened recently. Why? Really? About someone else. Oh my god, I have a question. I can't even ask you about the Gaul leader, dude. The guy, the master man. Really? Fuck. Okay. What do you think of vampires in pop culture? They baffle me. Why would anyone believe that a centuries-old creature could be deceived so easily by humans, or even operates on normal human logic? There are indeed such foolish vampires, but they aren't the norm by any means. If they were, why, we'd be a dying race instead of a dead one. Marcus sounded slightly miffed, adjusting his sunglasses with a bemused sigh. How did you know my name even though I wasn't supposed to be turned? Because sooner or later I learned the name of everyone in Hollywood. Somebody said it, but I couldn't tell you who. Marcus gave me a simple shrug, like that was all he had to say on the matter. What are your thoughts on thoughts on religion? Aggressively long-winded, although they boil down to something quite simple. Are you sure you wish to hear them? I would like to, yes. Very well. Clearing his throat intently, Marcus leaned in closer. Let me begin bluntly. Almost all modern Judeo-Christian ideals are despicable to me. By gathering all unnatural instincts and giving them the stain of sin or ungodliness, they go against life itself, using our natures against us to control how we think and act. Many people bear a grudge against this life, the suffering and pain it brings them. The thought of an afterlife is an escape, a middle finger held up to the world, completely depriving it of any lasting value, for we are always willing to deceive ourselves, assuming the deception pleases us or softens our misery. Buddhism, at least, is honest in its selfish desire to escape suffering. Yet, without the constant threat of suffering, I could never know true delight. He let out a soft huff, as if the very idea affronted him. And those who are pagans, Wiccans, devil worshippers, or people who pray to a hole in the ground, why, they're all the same to me. Every human has a soul, and that soul always seeks expression, validation. It wants to be heard by something, and it wants to indulge its innate desire for power, no matter how subtle and buried it is. Religion can provide that means, and so can many other things, such as celebrity worship, creating art, self-sacrifice, murder. Different as they may seem, they are all branches from one root, the soul expressing its power, or a longing for it. Self-sacrifice in particular, for what is the greatest expression of power if not, I am so important my pain can save others? Marcus shook his head, a distant smile drifting across his lips. Over time, I've come to only worship myself as a god. Not as everybody's true god, but as the god of my world, my interpretations of what I see and sense. I believe everybody can become their own god. Indeed, that's what we ultimately desire, but we cannot, or dare not, think of it in such a way. It is a heavy burden after all. It is a heavy burden. After all, a god can blame nobody but itself for its own suffering. It cannot say, my pain is your fault, or shake its puny fist up at the sky. It has no excuse for dwelling in self-pity, and it must bear responsibility for every misfortune. But in exchange for bearing the infinite weight of the world, all of the world becomes yours. Dude makes a fucking excellent point. I'm gonna say that. How do you become your own god? A god only becomes a god when people believe in it. Just like any idea, if enough minds support it, it transforms into the truth. But a god also only needs one ultimate believer to become a god. If you are that believer, that's all you'll ever need. Believing in oneself is the apocalypse, the antichrist for any religion, what they fear the most. For when people realize their own infinite capability, religion loses all power. That's why pure selfishness has become heresy. As Marcus slowly trailed off into silence, his tone grew unexpectedly dark. Most of his words sounded optimistic, and yet now his expression seemed almost hopeless. Well, speaking of beliefs, I do believe that's enough rambling for today. Rarely do I express my philosophies to anybody, so they're all rather jumbled in my head. Perhaps I ought to write a book sometime. He straightened up again, though a wistful hint still lingered in his eyes. Let's move on, shall we? Offer me a fresh seed. We turned other vampires before. Oh, many. Until the fairly recent past, I turned most anybody who asked me. I firmly believe every soul cognizant of itself must take responsibility for its own actions. If one knows all the conditions of vampirism and still wishes to be turned, I saw it as my role to fulfill that wish. What made you stop doing it? There was one powerful, clawing reason that I could no longer ignore. I was getting too many postcards from my progeny. I guess that's a good as reason as any. I'm happy you agree. Look, I love Marcus. Once again, one of these days I'm gonna do a stream where we do Marcus. Do Marcus's love path, I guess. But for now, Randall. I certainly have no moral hang-ups about turning individuals who plead for it. Not only are their mistakes none of my affair, but beyond those concerns. If one desires self-destruction, even secretly, then sooner or later, it'll always surface. His smile seemed a little darker than normal. About something else. Okay, I guess that's all. Very well. We'll see each other soon again, I'm sure. That voice always takes a lot out of me. Leaving Marcus's shop, I returned to the dark streets. Do we want... Okay, well, I guess we'll figure out whether we're going to visit Heath or not in the next one. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, or any game suggestions, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll see what I can do about playing games, because we all know how much my computer loves me. And please feel free to subscribe if you're not already, because I'd love to have you around. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.